Now, let's move on to the big segment, the thing we've been on for the last few weeks that we're actually catching up on finally. Here at Critic Box, we are giving you the only review of The Penguin that really matters. Are there others out there? Maybe. I don't look. But we're here at Critic Box reviewing each episode of The Penguin starring, I was going to say Will Ferrell. That is not it. Starring Colin Farrell. Starring Colin, like Will Ferrell's brother Colin, and Kristen Melody, so many other wonderful people. We are a little behind, actually. We're very behind. We're catching up. I'm sorry, what?
You're butchering this intro. I'm ducking.
Okay, let's talk about episode 4
Are you
of...
done? Are you
Yes.
done?
No, I'm still stumbling into it, but I stumbled into the room. I'm in the room now, but I stumbled in. We're in here talking about The Penguin, episode 4.
Yeah. Hi.
So,
I loved it.
yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about it. This one. It was called Cent'anni. Here's the gist of the summation. Sofia confronts her past in Arkham State Hospital and makes plans for her future. Which is the most understated summation of that episode that ends. Holy crap. Oh my God, how that episode ends. But before we get there, let's talk about it. Focuses on her time in
Arkham.
her time before Arkham, actually, like her just existing as Sofia Falcone, and
a normal woman just living her life, doing her thing.
Normal, let's be honest, when your dad's the mob boss. But yeah, like it's just her living her life with her brother Alberto, and they're just living her life as a Falcone. You know, they're kind of in the business, but they're not really in the business. She's not being taken seriously because obviously she's a woman. They don't know how to run the underground mafia. So she's getting pushed aside, slapped to the side here and there. She sees her mom, who is what appeared to be hung herself, when she was a kid. And then later she gets older, she starts asking questions. And then Carmine Falcone gets up to some shit.
My daddy, I'd want to see him with that too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It would have been me that did it personally. If that was my father. If I was Sofia Falcone, I would have done it myself.
With those eyes.
But but the way that they told this story about Sofia Falcone, what she was like before, how she just trusted in her father. She was the epitome of a daddy's girl. Like, whatever he said, she went with it. Oh, your brother's fucking up? I can only trust you? Okay, daddy, what do you need me to do?
Fair enough. You write the checks, Dad. I'm with you. I don't have a mom, so I'm only with you, Dad.
The act of betrayal, the severe act of betrayal for this man to set up what he set up, to have her basically... Anyway, to set up what he set up, because for those who haven't watched it, y'all need to watch it, and I'm not going to spoil that.
Well, I mean, I think we've stated in episode 1 we're going to be spoiling it for each episode.
No,
so we're spoiling 4 now.
I feel like this has the type of emotional content that you just need to see this and guffaw for yourself. You know what I mean? Anyway, so, and then like not even talk to her after, not try to explain things, like just to treat her like an enemy, and that is his blood.
Not even treat her as an enemy. Frame her for what you did.
See, I didn't say that. I was trying to keep it a secret.
Oh, this is a review of episode 4. We're spoiling it. We're talking about it.
Okay,
this is fine.
That was
don't watch this unless you've seen episode 4. But that motherfucking Carmine Falcone framed his daughter when he was the hangman. Framed her for his crimes.
And then
set her up because she started sniffing around, asking a couple questions.
It was the reporter who got her thinking about her mother. And that is the reason why she asked the question. And you know what? I really feel like Oz got off a little bit too easy in that one because he was her driver. He didn't have
And what did Oz do? What did Oz do?
He could have just kept her business to himself, as your driver is supposed to do.
This was one of those, oh yeah, you remember, the Penguin's conniving. He's got plans. He does things. And hence it goes back to episode 3 with that beautiful thing when he was talking about, because we didn't know the full story before, when he was like, "What they did to you, I'm sorry, okay? I didn't know what they were gonna do. What they're gonna do with you. I'm not sorry for what I got, for where
But
I
also,
am, but I'm sorry for what they did to you." He didn't know what was gonna be. We didn't really know what was gonna happen, but he had to have an idea.
and this is why Sophia Falcone's character says, "Fuck all y'all," because he
Mm-hmm.
can only try to attempt to apologize for what the family did to her. And when she was in Arkham, the
Mm-hmm.
6 months of hell when she first initially got in Arkham and thought
Mm-hmm.
that she was going to go to trial 6 months after
It was just gonna be 6 months, right? I just gotta make it 6 months. That's all I gotta do. Make it six
that,
months.
and then the constant lobotomies and shock
Mm.
therapy, and
Oh, the shock
that your
therapy.
doctor knows that there's nothing wrong with you, that you are not a killer, that you didn't do anything, and he's still doing that to you. It was absolute literal torture. He can't apologize for shit. She's lucky, or he's lucky, that Sophia Falcone's character, the way that they wrote it, where she saw a business opportunity, and the business opportunity preceded the fact, or took prominence over the fact, that he fucked her over, and he fucked her over royally.
That's yeah. That's it. That. Thank you for watching Critic Box episode 1. No. I mean, yeah, that was it. I mean, there's all in summation, and
It
then
was him.
and then yeah, I mean, Oz set up, because I feel like Oz saw an opportunity of like, hey, I could get good, I could get in good with I keep forgetting Carmine. I could get in good with Carmine Falcone. Just say, hey, your daughter's she's talking to this reporter. I don't think it's right, And then though he gets favor, she gets put up. He gets the club. He gets drops. Like he gets somewhere. He gets status from there. Did he know how far that was gonna go? No. Did he
Well,
know
no.
that? I don't think he knew she was gonna be sent up to Arkham and everything.
Well, honestly, like, okay, speaking of
But he
how,
made a move. He made a move, and there were results.
okay, he made a move, right?
Yeah.
So did she. She made her move too.
Yeah.
Because obviously, after he leaves her for dead in the middle of an alleyway, she calls the only person that she could possibly call to get her out of that shit, which just happens to be the doctor from Arkham. And then
The
she makes her move.
the Dr. Julian Rush, played by Theo Rossi. It was, I believe he was like the assistant to the main doctor.
Right. The one
Yeah,
that
yeah, but he was there. Like he was there. He was with her. I think like he stuck around to help her, and then he eventually left because he couldn't
left
do it
her.
anymore. Yeah, he left her because he couldn't stand it anymore and all that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. But anyway, she made her move, and it was a beautiful move. It was gloriously scripted, wonderfully acted. It was just so softly, subtly done. It was like a feather floating through the air, but yet brutal. And it was magnificent to watch, because the following episode, episode 5, there was a lot of reviews coming in online about the brutality of the violence that was in that's in Penguin, and how certain actors who are been a part of the franchise, or who have played Penguin before, or been a part of Batman,
Yep.
they don't appreciate the level of violence and brutality that they're seeing in this series. And Sophia's level of violence was 10 times more crazy than what we saw the Penguin
She
do.
wipes out the entire Falcone family
Whether it's
with
deserved
carbon
or not.
monoxide poisoning.
It's
Just whole house, the whole house. She takes the little girl, her little niece or whatever, is like, hey, let's go sleep in the garden. This will be fun. Saves her, wipes out the whole family, except for Johnny Vitti. She's like, we need to talk. Beautifully done.
and then she dances through it the next morning. But I know, but that level of violence, what that was,
Mm-hmm.
that activity was
One
10 times
swoop.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
beautiful, gorgeous. But that level of violence was 10 times worse than what we saw in episode 5, even though episode 5 was just much more in our faces and much more, you're going to watch people burn, quite literally.
But hold on. So that wraps up episode 4. A wonderful episode that gives backstory of Sophia in Arkham, who she is, who she became, and where she is now, and now as the sole proprietor of the Falcones. Episode 4. Thank you for watching Critic Box. My name's Jared. This is Andrea. Like, subscribe, hit us up in the comments, and let us know what you think about episode 4. Okay, now Welcome to Critic Box. We're talking about episode 5 of The Penguin. Let's move on to that because now Sofia is like, guess what, motherfuckers? I'm in charge now. And you know what? Rebrand. I don't like Falcones no more. I'm Giovanni now. Boom, boom. And guess what? Johnny Vitti, fuck you. Blam. I'm Sofia.
Johnny Vitti let it slip that her mother was about to make her own move. And that is was murdered, and her mother and her father let her think that her mother killed herself. And I mean, episode
he knew the whole time,
right? But episode 5 is not so much about that as it is about what happens with the Penguin while everything is going on with Sofia, and she's killing off her entire family. He's back to being a brutal mobster, and he's
filling that power vacuum with his girth.
He's just like, listen, if you get in my way, I'm gonna step on you, and I'm gonna step on you so you know that it was me that was stepping on you. I'm not even trying to hide this right now.
Stepping on you with my club foot.
You do that impression so well.
Thank you. I found I could do that. I didn't really realize I could do it.
You told me Colin Farrell is the Penguin, didn't you? I loved it. I love that.
I'm here for the audiobook.
Okay. No, but the episode 5, the Penguin was just like, you're not stopping me.
Episode 5 is honestly Oz in dire straits. Because it starts off with like, he gets away from the gunfight. Sofia knows it was Oz that killed her brother. So boom, that bridge is done. All right. So he's running out there. He's got this, He loses his bliss hookup. Okay, the Salvatores come over and take that over. So Salvatore's have his bliss. He's out. He loses Sofia, so there's that connection. He's out on his ass. He's on the run now. And so he's got to take his mom and Victor packed up, and then he's got to go to the shit end of town where they don't even have electricity, hold up in this old apartment that he's like, I grew up in something like this. He lives in this old ass apartment with no electricity and squid. And so he's not in a good situation, and he's got to figure his shit out now. He's got to get, like Oz does, hey, back 2 steps, got to go forward 2 steps. All right, he's got to start piecing things together, figuring out what he can do. So he has to go make a deal with the Salvatores to get Bliss back. But he's like, but I need leverage. So he goes and kidnaps, Kid Salvatore. Like the what is his name? Hold on,
just waiting to get got.
He was, apparently a sloppy mob kid. He's out there just getting a tattoo, posting it online like, sup. And then boom, he gets God kidnapped, and now Oz has leverage. Goes to the Salvatore, says, hey, you like your kid, right? Who doesn't like their own kid? How would you like your kid back? I would like Bliss back. Let's make an exchange. And so that happens. Oz goes, surprise! I'm gonna set you both on fire. So Mama Salvatore, son Salvatore, up in flames. He jacks this truck of bliss, which is all dried ass bliss, except for 2 buckets. He's got 2 buckets of bliss, surviving mushrooms. And then he makes a big move that fails. Do you want to take over that one?
No, you're doing a good job.
Thank you. So he goes after Big Salvatore in prison, pays a guard, and says, here's some cash, make it look like, an accident. He fell on a knife.
But no, he meant to look like an accident.
It wasn't even an accident. I'm sorry. I'm always just used to like money saying, make it look like an accident. No, he's like, make it look blatant that I did this. And he does. And then the guard, I'm sorry. Not that it's like, what is his name? Something Salvatore. Who is his full name? The boss Salvatore? Anyway, the boss Salvatore. The catch is Clancy Brown's a big motherfucker. And that tiny guard with that tiny knife was not able to kill him. Instead, he used that to escape prison, and he knows. He's like, you killed my wife, you killed my kid, you tried to kill me, your ass is grass, Oz. And so Oz is out. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is an episode of like Oz was flying high, and then boom, his stock went down in this episode, and he was scrambling.
And it makes me wonder where the writers are going to go from here, because now that we have it, we have Sal Maroni. He's out. He's looking for blood. So there's a new bad guy in town. We have Sofia Falcone, who says, no, don't ever call me Falcone anymore. I'm now Sofia Gelante or Gigante. She took her mother's maiden name.
Gigante.
As she's starting her own family. And now her and Sal are aligning a little bit. And you have the Penguin, who's been striving so hard, working so hard for many, many years to have his come up, who had to go get the street gangs together to have an army.
Hold on, that's episode 6. We'll get to that one.
Sorry.
So okay. So in this episode 5, ends with Sofia and Sal making a deal, as in like, hey, we both really fucking hate Oz, right? Right. And so we're gonna let's team up and take him out. And then the really cool ending is Oz, like a classic supervillain, finds a lair. He finds a brand new lair to hold out on, like his own little like private turf is the underground trolley terminal or system in Gotham. And it ends with that. He's like, you know what grows great here? Mushrooms. And credits. And so now it's like, oh, okay, Oz ain't down all the way, is he? And that was episode 5. A lot happened, a lot built up, and really cool stuff. Thank you for watching Critic Box. My name's Jared. This is Andrea. Please like and subscribe. Hit us up in the comments. Let you know what you think about episode 5 of The Penguin. Now, moving on. Welcome to Critic Box. We're talking about episode 5 of The Penguin. Sorry, 6. Episode 6 of The Penguin. Okay, so episode 6, baby. We're there. We're in it. This is flash forward a couple weeks, but I don't know, weeks, months. We don't know what the flash forward, but it's a flash forward, and Oz is back on top, baby. Oz is up in business. Bliss is back, baby. Can't miss with the bliss. So in this new episode, you have Sal and Sofia having a beautiful moment together, of just like, hey, we're roommates. Isn't this a situation? Which, by the way, yes, I would love to watch that sitcom. But here's the catch. The Gigantes, down and out. They're getting back. They're on their knees right now. The Salvatores on their knees right now. So they used to be the strongest, but they ain't that strong no more. Oz, though, is dumping Bliss in people's territories, and that's pissing them off. But he's got his business up and running, and they can't quite find it. They don't know where he is. Like, I mean, Sofia knows generally where he is, but she can't find him. So that's happening. And what else? What else is happening in this episode? Oh, yeah, the really sad moment with the mom. Oh, it's Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's, or dementia. He mentioned it was a little bit of both, or what was it? Lose body, something like that. Yeah.
Really sad because she is still all about her son in episode 5, and she was like, "Oh, he's finally beat the Falcones, or the Falcons. Yeah, now it's time for me to help him." You know, like, when she's in her right mind, like, they've written it where she's just like all about her kid still.
Yeah.
And it's just really painful to watch episode 6 where if you've ever been through that with a parent, it's like, it's heartbreaking. It's more than an emotional toll. So
I think, enough people have family members that have gone through it or are going through it now. I'm just going to say gonna go through it because that's just a thing that's going to be happening, in the future. It's rough. And she's pretty much just flat out telling Oz, look, my good days are gone. My bad days are getting more often. I'm not for this world. You're going to have to take me out. And that's a conversation Oz did not want to have, but it's going to have to happen. And it's going to come up, and it's going to be rough for him. And that's the situation he's going to have to deal with, and he knows that, but he's not ready for it yet. But, and that's the situation it's in. But we can also move on to Victor gets his first kill.
It was necessary. It was necessary. He didn't want to do it.
Oh, there's no getting around that. He took out Squid, one of the most useless people I've seen. Like, even my thought was like, I don't give a shit. Kill him. Who cares? Just kill Squid. Ain't nobody gonna miss him. He's just like, he's a gutter punk. Who cares? Like, he's just a piece of shit that just makes it. He's a bully, is what he was. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he made Victor's life hell before that. Like, he's been a problem for Victor. Like he's a recurring bully that comes up for Victor, and he navigates around him, but he couldn't get around him. Squid was on him because
Yeah.
he's like, "Hey man, you know Oz, hook me up, let me get in this business, whatever." And Victor's been given like the old like,
No, it's
"Oh
like
yeah,
this
man,
is
yeah,
my. I just got it.
yeah,
What are you
oh
talking about?
yeah, oh hey, you know what? Hey, sorry, they said they're really busy right now. Here's some cash, maybe you can fuck off." And then Squid's like, "No, I want to be in now. We're doing this now." I'm like, okay, Squid, come on, man, you're setting yourself up. Like he underestimated Victor, and Victor knew what he had to do.
Well,
Boom, pops him in the throat.
ever since Victor made his decision back in episode 3, he's been taking his new path very seriously.
Oh
Like
yeah.
he came back and he supported his boss, and even though
Mm-hmm.
episode 4 wasn't really, he wasn't in it and wasn't about him. Episode 5, he's just like, no, I'm here, Oz, and I am down for your shit wherever it may take me. So it's like I got this new job and I'm ready to do it. But then Oz sends him to like stay with his mother, and it's just like, hold on, I didn't sign up for this. Where's the HR department? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, Victor gets like I need you on and then I need you off. Like
yeah.
like you're my guy. You're there, like you're dropping bliss. You're there picking up cash. You're doing this and that. Hey, my mom needs some company. Do you mind just crashing with her for a bit? Like it's a little bit of like he's all over the place.
He's like, no, I didn't come here for that. I came here to do some shit. And
And
then he
mhm.
gets his test to do some shit. And he's just like, well, I delivered. So now what? And the
He did it.
great
It's
thing about,
mhm,
sorry, I'm so sorry. But the great thing about episode 6 is that
mhm,
while Oz is losing his mother, this is why I find the writing so fantastic.
mhm.
While Oz is losing his mother, he's becoming a father to Victor.
He is. He saw in Victor's eyes coming in. He was in a state. He's like, you all right? And he's like, is it about that guy you were talking about? And then he saw it. He's like, ah, it gets easier.
Yeah.
And when he give him a little embrace, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he was like,
Oh,
take the night, get your shit, go ahead, do a hot, get a hot bath, get your shit together, because I'm gonna need you tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna need you. We need you to be on point. So he was like, go on, take the day, buddy. You've earned it.
and that's basically what this is. This whole Penguin series is about these people's relationships with their parents and how it affects their relationships with each other and what they do to each other. And it's just fucking pivotal. It's
And
great.
the really the way this episode ended, you see Sophia go down Oz lane in this episode. She's hunting for him, and her and Sal are both in his apartment. Like, the fuck is this place? Like, I mean, like Sal turns on the fireplace and some romantic tango starts playing, and he was like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "Yeah, I know." Like it has no connections. She was like, "Oh yeah, his mom's dead, his brother's dead, whatever." There's nothing, and then she finds, that little picture of, I forget her name,
This
Eve.
girl, yeah,
Yeah, Eve. Yeah, he tracks it, and so she's like, "Uh-huh." She tracks her down. They have a wonderful conversation where Eve's like, "This is my ass. This is it. I'm dead. I'm dead now." But then they have a conversation, and Sophia has. This shows the restraint that Sophia has, how the emotional intelligence she has. She came in there ready to kill or torture to get some information out of Oz, and they have a wonderful sit down about themselves, their lives, where they're at, and then it's like, and then it reveals, like, Eve reveals that, like, hey, she's, I guess, the madam of this apartment building, and she met with Sophia to protect her girls, so that Sophia wouldn't go after them, but just go after her. So she was ready to have herself get got, to protect the girls, and Sophia saw that and respected that. And then, the whole time Eve's like, I don't know nothing. But then, as Sophia's on her way out the door, Eve didn't have to do this. She says, oh yeah, check out this one area. I think that's where I heard he's at, whatever. You have your right. Because Eve didn't know that Oz knew who was strangling her friend, the hangman, Papa Falcone, and all that. And so, like, they both get information out of each other, and I think mutual respect. So Sophia got to see that side. And then she rolls down into to that place, finds the apartment. I don't know how she finds the apartment, to be honest, but she does, and she sees Oz's mom and she's in a moment of clarity, and she was like, "My son, Oz, he did it!" Like just ratting and like not knowing. And Sophia's in the room, and she sees that, and she's like, "Oh, Oz's mama."
See, now we know that this show is acted incredibly by these actors, but I don't think we speak enough about the writing and just how much thought and consideration has gone into it. Because now we're seeing, before we saw themes of mental illness and mental health, and now we're seeing themes of family, and then we're seeing themes of women, female and women empowerment and alliance, and what it means to stand up for yourself and what that looks like, past, present, future type thing. And then now, okay, Penguin, the titular character, he's supposed to be the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
But there's Sophia, and she's going to be, I feel like they're setting this up so that she's actually worse a villain than the Penguin is. Because this woman is ruthless. She killed her uncle. She killed her uncle. Like, what?
She killed her whole family.
No, okay, yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was art. No, but she point blank just like, yo, killed her uncle. And just like, he said the wrong thing. All right, you're dead. Okay, it's just...
Blap, Johnny V. Blap, blap.
Anyway, all I'm saying is that the writers do an amazing job every week of keeping people interested and tying all the little ends together and being like, oh, if you look deeper, this is what this means. If you look deeper, that it's like, for all the people criticizing the Penguin, saying that it's too violent, it's not just about the violence. You have to be paying attention. It's about family.
And then it ends. I mean, this for an actor, if you ever get to have when you have to do auditions, this show is no short of monologues you can use for auditions, because the monologue that the Penguin uses when he's talking to all the other criminals, whatever, like, the small time guys, whatever, that are all being harassed by Sal and the Falcones or the Gigantes, they're all being harassed by them. He is now unionizing the small time criminals into a powerful union. He convinced all of them of like that, hey, we're tired of getting kicked around by the people across the bridge. We're on the other side of the bridge. We have to fight. And he starts calling them out by name. He's like, they don't know your names. I know your names. And he's going off and he unites all of them with beer. And it's a beautiful moment. Which, by the way, when he hands out those beers, I would have immediately cracked it, not knowing that it was a metaphor of that you're with the Penguin. I would have just like, ooh, beer. But like, oh, am I in now? Damn it. But that, again, that was a beautiful thing that brings you to Penguin's side. Bring your own beer.
No, beer in, beer out.
Beer in, beer out.
I'm sorry. Okay, there's some real gangbangers that would not appreciate that. Anyway,
but no, it's the tapestry of like, you hate him, you love him, you hate her, you love her. Like, that's just what the Penguin is. And I'm like, I love them all. I don't care. I love them all. As terrible as they are, they're wonderful.
Yeah, but that was the Penguin. So I'm really looking forward to episode 7 and seeing what they have in store for us next. I'm highly entertained by this, and I just love the depth and the layers that they bring to us every week. And
we'll only have 2 more go. 2 more.
And the ratings just keep getting higher and higher, and they keep breaking records. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well deserved. Okay, so Andrea's computer's about to die. That was episode 6 of The Penguin. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jared. This is Andrea. Like and subscribe. Hit us up in the comments section. What do you think about everything that's been going on? What do you think is going to happen? I have some ideas. But we'll stay tuned here on Critic Box as we talk about things and bring them to you.
Bye.